how is it the IRS becomes the defendant in tax court?
If you petition, they tell you that if you don't like, if you don't believe that, if you believe their assessment of your debt is an error, to take this petition and file it in the United States tax court, and we'll have a hearing over whether you owe a debt or not. Oh, lovely. Yeah, it's a lovely letter. If you believe that we're in error, that's fine. You have every right to petition your government. You have every right for redress. You have every right for the to have your belief heard. To just take this fucking petition and send it off to your local United States District Tax Court, and we'll be more than glad to discuss this matter in a courtroom setting. God bless, and have a lovely day.
Well, that young guy up at my place here with his mortgage thing, where they sent him a letter saying, if he believes something, he has to fill out Form 2 or whatever. And you said, light their pants on fire. Well, that's what I think they were trying to do, was make him the petitioner with that form. But anyways, you help that young man out, and they start cashing his checks again for his mortgage payment, and everybody disappeared.
Wow.
Yeah, just from
That's
his...
Just from what?
Just from his letter.
Yeah. Letters do a lot, man. Letters are powerful as shit. That's why I had that Mexican guy who was in Kelowna, and he had to leave early. And he said to me, he says, Carl, he says, it's worked 3 times just writing a simple letter. Like the mortgage companies. He says, but I said, you do realize what you're holding in your hand now, right? He says, oh yeah. He says, and he says, believe me, Carl, I do take it very seriously, and I'm not just passing this around like lollipops and sunshine and rainbow. He says, the people I do help, he says, I do drill them and grill them and say, what the hell's wrong with you? Why did you allow this to happen? You're not going to do this again, are you? I'll help you this time, but you're not going to get it for free. And I said, wow, you really understand what I'm trying to do. And he said, yes. He says, I know it's a great responsibility. And I said, and I videotaped him. I had Jason use my little video camera to talk to him, because I wish he would have spoke up in front of all of you. But he said he didn't want to tell everybody. So I said, well, will you let me videotape you? He says, yeah. He said, but I just don't want to stand up and tell everybody, because he says, I realize just how powerful a letter is and what it can really do for people.
Actually, I was there when he was talking to you.
Oh, you did hear me and Jason?
Yeah, I was there when you had Jason videotape him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted him to stick around. He's like, but he says, no, Carl, honestly, I don't want to tell people this. I don't really want too many people to know. I said, why not? I said, you trying to corner the market or something? He says, hell no. Because I realize what could happen if this gets out.
That's why I'm flying on the wall listening intensely.
Yeah, but letters are very powerful if you know how to do it correctly, and you're writing like you're writing to your grandma. No snarky shit, no sarcasm, no, like I said, when Gus sent me a letter, he wanted to write to the IRS. I said, that's not how you would speak to your grandma. There's a lot of innuendos in there, sarcasm. I said, I know that's your nature. I know you're just a funny guy like that. I said, but you got to write a letter like you're writing to grandma, thanking her for her lovely concern of your taxes and what you might owe as a debt. Thank you for your concern, but I think I've got this at this time. But if you believe I don't, well then, I'd be more than glad to listen to what you believe. But I said, none of this silly shit that he was writing. And it's like, you don't send that off. That's just, you're looking for a whooping.
Like, you turn it on him and say, well, if you believe I owe a debt, you may petition me.
Yeah. Take my petition form. Yeah, give a petition form. Make your own petition form that looks just like theirs. and say I'll see you in any local district court that I live by, because I'm a defendant. You won't tip your hand and let them know you're the defendant. But you entertain them in any local district court where you live, any mom or pop district court, and bring your claim forth that I owe a debt. But I do. I write things really nice and simple like that. I don't make it complicated. And they know exactly what I'm doing. They're not stupid. They're trained. They're not stupid people. They know. They see a letter like that, they know exactly what the hell, who they're talking to on the other side.
I'm sending a letter right away, and just to let them know that, I've been communicating with Anita, acting as a prosecutor, asking her to bring forth the man or woman claims I've done wrong, and I haven't had an answer yet. So
like I said, you're gonna have to move along with that and say, then I'm gonna have to require you to discharge it, because it's causing me harm or loss, or it's causing me whatever. Then you're gonna have to go along and start to say, look, this is the second, letter, third letter, you're gonna have to, prosecute. You're gonna have to pursue me. Well, Canada's really strict like that. They got 6 months. They got 6 months to prosecute you, or they got to drop it.